am your host, Anthony Hudson, and I'm excited to bring you one of the hottest topics today on this episode. One of the things that, as we get older, both men and women, it is the topic and it is the thing that is going to help you with optimal performance. Of course, I am talking about the thing everybody has questions on, and this is the question I get most as I age, as now I'm 41 years old. What should I be doing for hormone therapy? Should I look at testosterone replacement therapy? Should I look at TRT, HRT, hormone replacement? What does that look like? Is it safe? Is it feasible? Does it help? All the questions from, will I get jacked? Will I sleep better? Will I have a better libido and sex drive? Like all the questions. Well, I'm here to answer them all. Here's some of the questions I've got. And I'm going to share with you in this episode. We're going to hit it fast and hard, but I'm excited to share with you today what it's going to take for both men and women as you get into your 30s, 40s, and beyond to perform optimally, right? So I'm going to share a personal story here in a second, but I want you guys to think about something. I want you guys to realize that as we continue to grow and age and get older, we're fighting an uphill battle. Most of us have an unrealistic expectation of how we should feel. If you were to ask me prior to about 6 months ago, people ask me all the time, hey, Anthony, you're 40, but you don't look 40. You look mid, early 30s. And I would tell them I feel like I'm 25 still. And I thought I did, right? I thought, I feel pretty good. I wake up pretty energized. I don't have a lot of kinks. I don't have a lot of soreness. I work out pretty hard. I have pretty decent energy. My libido's fine. I don't have any issues there. But so I thought, based off of all those things, I thought I was feeling pretty darn good. Most people's perception of their baseline on how you should feel optimally, though, is much lower than truly where it should be at. And it's time that you stop accepting that running on a 5% battery throughout the rest of your life as you continue to grow and get older, even in as early as your mid-30s into your 40s and 50s, it doesn't have to be that way. Now, I'm not a health expert. I'm not a physician. I'm a fitness guy, a nutrition guy that has figured out what my body needs and as a customized plan for my body specifically. But that being said, I do have some experience and I do have some stories that I can share that may help you in your journey going forward. And that's what I want to accomplish in today's podcast. So we'll get to all the questions in the Q&A stuff. But ultimately today, I want you to know that you might think you feel normal, but your perception of normal is actually running on about a 20% battery. You're probably running on 20% of your true potential at your current age right now. And that's okay. But why run at that level when you can run at such a faster pace for a longer period of time and feel so amazing? And here's the thing that people don't realize. If you get to optimal level, people think, oh, man, I feel amazing now, right? This is so amazing. No, actually, that's how normal is supposed to feel. Because of society, because of all the processed foods and all the sedentary lifestyle and the TV and the dopamine and the instant gratification and all the things that society deems as normal now, normal is actually at about 20% of our capacity of our potential. And we think that that's normal. And the perception is that we feel good. Then when we get to normal, feeling amazing is amazing, but it actually is just how we're supposed to be. So let me share a little story. Last year, I turned 40 last year, and I decided to get my blood levels checked. The older you get, the more you need to watch that kind of stuff. It's the true testament of what's going on in your body is testing your blood, getting a blood panel done. There's different options you can do, plenty of different places you can go. If you have questions on that, where to go, who to rely on, what a good company is, so on and so forth, shoot me a DM right now as you're listening to this on Instagram. My handle's Anthony Hudson. Shoot me a direct message, and I'll help point you in the right direction. I've got a great company that I use. So again, back to the story. So last year, I felt pretty good about where I was. Again, people ask me because I'm in the fitness space, I'm in the coaching space. Hey, you seem pretty energized. You seem pretty, you seem like you're pretty young still, young at heart, plenty of energy. You look like you are pretty strong. You lift weights, those kind of things. I'm not saying this to brag. This is what I get. These are the types of questions I get. But I knew that there was probably something more, and I knew that I was feeling a little bit off. So sure enough, I went to get my a blood panel done, and lo and behold, I was shocked. And I was shocked, but my doctor, my nurse practitioner, was actually more shocked. Most of my blood levels, cholesterol. I'm not going to go through all the details. If you want, I'll even post it up. I'll share with you my results, my initial lab results from. This was back. It looks like I have up here. You guys can't see it. November of 2021. So November 2021, I went and got my blood panel done. Normal levels, according to my age, for testosterone are anywhere from roughly 250 on the low end up to about 8. We'll call it 830, round up. I had known from getting a blood panel done previously during my physique competition that I ran low. I ran at about a 300 back then when I was 38. So I wanted to see where I was at, 3 years later. So sure enough, I did. My nurse practitioner, when she got on the phone with me, said, "Are you feeling okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel fine. I told you that, right? I told you this entire process." She's like, "No, seriously, are you feeling okay? Like, are you able to function? How are you? You get out of bed? Like, do you sleep in or what? No, I usually wake up at around 5 a.m. I go to the gym and, I feel pretty good." She's like, "I don't understand how you're even functioning." I'm like, "Okay, what are you talking about? What do you mean?" She's like, "In my 10 years as an NP doing this and looking at males' blood panels, I have only seen one person lower than yours. And they were much older, much more sedentary, not in shape, like much different than how you look and act and feel and seem." I was like, "All right, cut to the chase. What does that mean?" She said, "Anthony, your testosterone level is at a 38. I'm like, "All right." So I think last time I was at a 300. So yeah, that's a pretty significant drop. I said, "Okay, so talk to me. What does that really mean?" Like 38 is, people can't function on 38 testosterone. So my normal, what I thought was normal, was like the bottom of the barrel, 1, 2, 3, 5% of males my age run at a testosterone level of about. I I'm pretty good about not putting bad stuff in my body. I look like I lift weights. I look like I work out. I look like I could still probably play football. She's like, "For you to be running at a 38, like, I don't know how you look or act or have any type of energy to even function." She's like, I don't get it." So one thing I want to point out from this part of the story is our bodies are efficient machines and they do a great job. But our bodies and our brains also tell us, like, hey, you're going to survive and rise up, onward and upward, and conquer, right? We're going to make your bodies are efficient machines. Amazing things can be done. Your body handles things so well that we don't even realize how bad that maybe, or how below optimal we're running on. So I want to drive that point home. I was running again at a 38, and I'll prove it. I'll put it up in a post on social media here in the next few days after this podcast airs to be able to show you guys. My count was at a 38 testosterone. So let that sink in. But I was still, not to brag, but I want you guys to really understand how cool that our bodies can maximize our potential even when we are, our hormone levels are not optimal. So moving on. I'm like, okay, well, let's do something about this. I feel pretty good, but if I could feel a lot better, like, hey, I'm all for it. What does that look like? So fast forward 6 months. My most recent blood panel. The first one after I started on some testosterone therapy, and it's specific to me, right? Based on all my levels, not just testosterone, but the goal was to raise my testosterone level. My blood panel jumped up to about a 361, which is a little above normal. But ultimately, I wanted to see what it felt like to be in a higher, healthier range, closer to 800. So now, because of me checking and focusing on my health and realizing that, my health is important and I want to be able to live optimally and still be the grandpa that takes his grandkids to the trampoline park and is the one jumping on the trampoline and running routes for my grandson who's playing quarterback. Because of that, I am focused on my blood work and my health and what's going on the inside of me. It's not always about what's on the outside. So if I could share anything with you guys, the number one thing and the whole title of this podcast, the key to optimal performance is you need to know what's going on inside your body. I'm not saying you have to do anything about it once you find out, but you need to get your blood levels checked consistently. You need to set an appointment. Again, DM me if you don't know where to turn, where to look, where to go. I can help you with that. I can help you find a place. I've got resources. I've got connections. But you need to go get your blood levels checked and see immediately what's going on in there. Kylie won't like me sharing, but Kylie did the same thing. She went and got her blood levels checked. There were things going on with her. She needed adjusted. She's adjusting it now. She feels a lot better. She had joint pain. Joint pain was a big thing for her. It's hereditary. It's genetic, right? But going to a professional, getting her blood work done and seeing where her levels are, along some pep has tremendously increased her quality of life. She's not miserable. She's not tired. I was getting tired. I'd have about the 3 o'clock, like I need a nap kind of a thing. And I just thought at age 40, 41, that was normal. Doesn't have to be normal for y'all. 40 can be the new 20, right? 50 can be the new 30. I'm always looking to tweak, to hack, to do anything I can to extend my life, to extend the quality of my life, and to be around and experience life at an optimal and above optimal level. So if I can share anything with you guys, the whole reason for this podcast is to let you know that you can look good, feel good, play good, get paid good in your 30s, in your 40s, even in your 50s and beyond. I want to be that guy that in his 70s looks 50, looks 45. I'm going to be that guy. That's my focus. And it's because not just how I look, but it's because how I feel, how I act, where my mind is, where my clarity is. So people ask. So getting to some of your questions real quick. What have I asked? Hey, are you going to get jacked if you get on hormone replacement therapy? You're not going to get jacked, but you're going to recover better, right? It's how you lift, how you focus your training, and it's how you eat. That's how you get jacked. Getting on testosterone therapy or hormone replacement therapy does not automatically have you growing muscle tissue, muscle mass. Does it help with clarity? Yes. Does it help with fatigue? For me, it does. Does it help with recovery? Absolutely. Does it help with libido? Didn't have an issue there. Probably. It doesn't hurt. I'll tell you that. So I'm not advocating for you guys that you get on testosterone therapy or any kind of hormone replacement therapy. What I am advocating is that you go get your blood levels checked. If you're age 35 or above, you need to see what's going on inside your body. That is the best way to find out. Cholesterol, all these other things, see where your levels are at, and then talk with your doctor, talk with a specialist. If you don't know who to talk to, shoot me a DM, I'll help you. That you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with it, if you're like, hey, I'm good for now, all good. But I cannot encourage you enough to get your blood levels checked, see where you're at, and then make a decision from there. I'm happy if you want to reach out, talk through it with me. I love this stuff. I geek out on it. I love going through blood panels. I'm not going to get into the details. I'm not a doctor, not a physician. However, I can tell you from experience what I've seen and what I've talked to some of my other friends that have been through the same process, what that looks like. So that is your episode for today. If you want to live optimally in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and beyond, go check your hormones. Go check your blood panel. See what's going on the inside. How are you going to know? Our body does a great job of telling us, hey, we're good, right? Hey, we're keeping us running at as high of a state as possible. But by getting your blood levels checked and seeing what's going on the inside, maybe you're missing out. Maybe you're missing out on good, and you could be doing great. So that's the show for today. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I encourage you to share it if you found value in this. If there's something that you guys want to talk about, please share it on the social media, screenshot it, grab a clip, share it in your stories, in your groups. I would just want to help one person today. That is the goal of the Confident Podcast. I want to help you live a life on fire. And if you have questions about what it would look like to work with me, to work more closely with me, to talk about the Confident Coaching program, or just to find more of my content, reach out, shoot me a DM. You can find all my links in the show notes as well. DM me on any of the platforms that you prefer. I check them all. And I appreciate you guys always tuning in. Carry on strong, fam. We'll see you next Friday on the next episode. Love you. Appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.